salutations to the staff and employees of Hugh Chatham Memorial Hospital. I am Rebecca Husband Maynard, pastor and founder of Stacking Stones Ministry. Have you ever been on a pilgrimage? A pilgrimage is a journey toward a sacred place or space. While the destination provides us with a purpose, it is the journey that is formative and transformational. It may not always involve a physical destination. It may be a journey to a new attitude or a new behavior where we hope to find ourselves a better person. It is also a journey into the unknown where we use the eyes of our heart and soul to lead us. We return from a pilgrimage changed. Perhaps our focus is refined, our priorities revised, our hearts reshaped. Simply put, it is an inner and outer journey, a practical and spiritual journey. My husband Mark and I embarked on a pilgrimage exactly 3 years ago this month in 2017. We walked over 500 miles along the Camino de Santiago, the Way of St. James, beginning in southwest France, crossing the north of Spain, and finishing at Santiago de Compostela in northwest Spain. This is a centuries-old pilgrimage that involves the pilgrim finding her or his way to the tomb and cathedral of the Apostle James. It took us a full 5 weeks, averaging about 15 miles each day. How do we accomplish this? By placing one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. The routine was simple, as we knew that each day our main objective was to do just that, put one foot in front of the other. We were attentive to the daily life of people, animals, and the land, along with the sights, sounds, and smells, wandering along dirt trails and city sidewalks at a snail's pace. Sometimes we just put our heads down and forged ahead up a mountain or into the rain or the wind. There were the occasional times where we walked in circles or had to backtrack, where we just plain stood still to get our bearings. Mostly, though, we found ourselves very present to the present. We became present to the presence with a capital P in the present moment. During this time of COVID-19, I have discovered that it is its own Camino, the Camino de Pandemic, the way of pandemic. We must each find our own trail and trek along, placing one foot in front of the other. Sometimes we are exhausted, other times exhilarated, at times absent-mindedly just going through the motions. But there are lessons to be learned if we choose to see this as our own pilgrimage, a time to keep walking, never really knowing what a day will bring, but definitely knowing we must take one step at a time. We each have our own pace, our own blisters, our own aches and pains, and our own intentions. As we walk, perhaps we hear the words of the prophet Jeremiah from the Hebrew Scriptures. Thus says the Lord, stand at the crossroads and look, and ask for the ancient paths where the good way lies, and walk in it, and find rest for your souls. Jesus certainly walked a lot during his ministry. He kept on walking along his own pilgrimage to be with people, to heal, listen, teach, to touch, to pray, to love. Following his example, we too may find new ways to walk our own path to destinations unknown, remembering that wherever our feet take us, Jesus walks with us. We don't always know where our destination is or exactly how to get there, but we do know that one step at a time is the best way to start. As a teenager, I had this quote on my desk: "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step." This Camino de Pandemic feels like walking 1,000 miles and even more, but as long as we keep putting one foot in front of the other, we get to our destination. So, what is our destination on this pilgrimage we share? I believe it is the sacred place of community, where love thrives, hugs and handshakes are given, touch is loving and caring, an arm around the shoulder offers support, words of encouragement are spoken, and silence is treasured as acknowledgement of solidarity. May every step we take during our pilgrimage along the Camino de Pandemic remind us to be present to the presence in the present moment. Keep on placing one foot in front of the other. I leave you with the words of the prophet Micah. God has told you, O mortal, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God. Keep on walking, fellow pilgrim.